అవుతాను సార్. మీరు తర్వాత లాస్ట్‌లో ఒకసారి చెక్ చేయండి సార్.
Okay, no problem, no problem. So is it fine now?
Yes, sir. Fine, sir.
Okay. Good morning, friends. B School, Dr. Devi Ramanamurthy, PhD official, an initiative of Ramadevi Foundation, Hyderabad, welcomes you to the Masterclass 29 on consumer behavior. The session today is titled as Pricing and Distribution Strategy Based on Consumer Behavior. As you all know that without consumer, nothing matters. We have already concluded in most of the sessions that consumer-driven marketing is the order of the day. It's not product-driven or service-driven. Because whatever service or whatever product you are supposed to design and deliver must be based on evolving consumer choices, evolving consumer needs. So it goes without saying that in the yesterday's session we were talking on product strategy that is a link to aligned to consumer behavior insights. Just the same as we talk on distribution strategy, like meaning that how you are interested to make the product available. And number two is pricing, how you are going to price the product, especially in a competitive scenario. So both are these strategies. Pricing the product as well as distributing the product are also strategies. But then these strategies must be based on consumer insights. So let's examine what are the insights out. Because aligning market tactics with consumer psychology is the order of the day, we have said, and it includes pricing and distribution strategies as well. Ignoring consumer awareness, consumer psychology, whatever tactics you would like to adopt in markets will be a total failure. So, what is that we are going to learn here in this session? First of all, we need to understand the influence of consumer behavior on pricing and distribution decisions. See, just like that, you can't price the product and leave it in the market. How you are going to price it, what are the pricing strategies and all that in the process of competitive arena. The price becomes a strategic point where consumer can choose or can reject your product as well. So price becomes a core area. We shall come to that later. And what are the strategies and pricing? Number two, how the product is made available. That's very, very important. For example, people today are not interested to go to the markets because of the traffic jams and all that. Are you interested to go in for online supplies? Like wherein you can get the things on your doorstep, at your doorstep. And there are a lot of choices now today. So if you're interested to ask the customers to walk into the retail outlet, how good are you in creating a beautiful experience for the consumers to walk into the stores? Take the case of IKEA, like that. Take the case of ABC malls and all that. So that's an important aspect of understanding consumer psychology in the process of pricing as well as distribution. Let's see what next. Next one is exploring strategies to real world examples. We can take in the yesterday's session, just like that, we'll be having a video discussions also on certain important strategies that are adopted by good companies that can help us to understand how pricing and distribution strategies to be aligned with the consumer insights. Otherwise, no. Now, next question is, why all this matters for us? What is that pricing and distribution? Of course, when we say pricing, we look at cost plus pricing. That's it. We arrive at the cost of production plus margin. That's price. Simple. Distribution is, yes, there is a marketplace. We place the product and ask the customers to walk in. But what is there in a big issue here? No, absolutely no. 87 per the studies show clearly 87% of the consumers make purchase decisions based on price and availability mandate. If the price is not convenient for the consumers, they will not buy your product because there are competitive products as such. And even without competitive products, the consumers may think, no, it's not worth buying at this price. Am I clear? So we can't question the consumer's logic. Consumer is a consumer in a way. So 87% of the consumers make purchase decisions based on price and availability. Availability means they may come to a retail store or they may not. They are not interested at all to come to the retail store. They don't come to standalone supermarkets. They are entering into malls, and malls have lot of stalls of a lot of manufacturers. See, they don't question the logic here. That's the study observations. 87% of the consumers make purchase decisions based on price and availability. So how you are making the good available also is a very, very important here. Because I have already told you right from the beginning itself, buying is an experience, it's not an activity. Make consumer feel at ease when they walk into the retail outlet physically, what I say. Or if you want to go for multi-channel, we'll discuss what are those things. Omni-channel, what we call it, and again online channels where, so for example, Amazon, Flipkart. So they also give a lot of experience. When you walk through, they'll allow you to product comparisons and all that, and all the things and comparative analysis, and most used products, most bought products, frequently bought products. You have a lot of information once you get into Amazon app as such. This is what we call experience. Am I clear? Of course, it's an online. You need not go to the market. But see, the problem of you not going to the market is, when you go to the market and go to the mall, you have a lot of options of choices visibly seen, and you can have a physical experience of yourself being in a store. But in online, what does it matter for you? What is the experience you have? Yes, Amazon and Flipkart have created lot of buyer experiences. Once you link into the app, you can observe. So that means even with online purchases, you have to create a positive environment, consumer buying environment. We shall come to that data later. So any kind of mismanagement here, like a misaligned pricing distribution strategy, can lead to lost sales and market share for us. Crystal clear cases are there. So with this intention of what we are going to learn, let's further go into the concept. So understanding consumer behavior, we have already talked about earlier. The key influences on consumer decisions, let it be a product or service. One, of course, is price sensitivity. How much is the price when compared to that of other competitors, or is the price worth to buy this particular product and all. Second is perceived value. What is the advantage that I'm going to get from that particular product? And third, convenience and availability. This is distribution dimension. Please note. I must not be totally, a struggle. I should not struggle to go to the market and buy the product. Lot of distance I need to travel, and have to transact traffic bottlenecks. Take the case of metropolitan cities like Hyderabad, Bangalore, Chennai. Look at don't think of only markets of Machilipatnam. Look at market at Vijayawada, for example, at Hyderabad, for example. Look at big cities. So even if it is, if you just see in Machilipatnam, most of the people understand how the topography of Machilipatnam has been changed. Today we have a lot of good going malls type scenario is presented is present even in that city. So the convenience and availability is also very, very important. Make the consumer have the consumer experience, I mean, the buying experience very, very convenient, and availability. That's why we say the product can be available at your doorstep if you want, or you can walk into the retail outlet and buy. Then about brand loyalty, of course, that's important thing. It's a important aspect of product and development strategies. Brand loyalty, you must, because the price and distribution strategy that you need to follow also enhance your brand image. Do you know that the price under the distribution management is also enhancing brand loyalty to the product? And purchase urgency, that is another important thing. There is a very urgent purchase for the customer. So this is again another important key factor when we talk about understanding consumer behavior. These are the things: price, perceived value of the product, convenience and availability, and brand loyalty and purchase urgency. Let's take an example as a case. IKEA flat pack furniture caters to cost conscious consumers who prefer affordability over convenience. Because, see, you're a buyer of a furniture. So, you see, you are interested in affordability, not the convenience. See, if it's for a dining a place, we want to have a dining table, or for a what do you call, for your hall, you want to have a normal simple furniture. So there are people who are cost conscious as such. So they have introduced flat pack furniture. So that's DIY, you call it, do it yourself. They give you all these things, and what do you call, instructions will be there how to make this furniture. Do it yourself. DIY, DIY. Do it yourself. Pricing and in-store layout encourage impulse buying and value perception. I have already been talking about to you many times. See, when the customer is walking into the retail outlet, of course, price is one important thing. We come to that just now. And because they value, any product or service is valued on the basis of the worth buying it or not. So price. Next is, when you are creating a physical experience of buying for the customers, you should be taking extra care on in-store layout. In-store layout, if it is fantastic, then of course you have an extra advantage of having the sale guaranteed. In-store layout means what? How you're going to invite the consumers, direct their flow, and direct their footprints, and how do you guide to different divisions of the things you have placed. This is very, very important. If this is an extraordinary experience, if it is, you can create, there's an impulse buying. You know what is meant by impulse buying? Customers are not interested, I mean, customers will not be having any idea to buy that particular product. They are not planned, but having entered into the store with a fantastic experience with which they walk into the store and all, they go for buying it. That's called impulse buying. And it is called value perception. Where you have bought it, say, I bought it from IKEA. So you have a prestige by walking into a IKEA store and having a cup of coffee or some snacks here and there, and then buy a product. Where do you buy this furniture? Fantastic. And you may say, it's not a question of furniture, it's price, but it is the price. I'm sorry, it's a brand image of the store in which you walked in and all. So that's a value perception. So let's see. It's not. That's why I tell you, it's not. If you have a physical distribution, it's just not enough for you to place in a supermarket and stop there. There are a lot of developments over a period of time in the process of distribution strategy. Let's examine how IKEA gets you to impulse buy. There's a good research study in Business Insider, but I just would like to, take you to a small video to get idea how it is.
Sanjeev, many professionals fear taking leadership roles. They worry about making decisions and leading teams. What's your take on this?
You're right, and it's a common concern. So they can spend hours if they want.
Just a minute, please.
All right, say you've written a
Okay.
list and gone to the store, but you quickly start buying things that you didn't plan on. After all, fresh produce would be nice. And these look good.
Is it visible?
Half off?
Straight?
Why not?
Is it okay now?
ఓకే సార్ ఆ
నేను
వీడియో
నేను
దగ్గర నుంచి రెస్యూమ్
something
అవ్వాలి.
something went wrong అని వచ్చింది నాకు కూడా anyway, I'm going on live again. Am I
It's
on
all
live?
right, sir.
Okay.
Live, sir.
Fine.
Continue. Just share the PPT, sir.
I'll share the again. I need to present. That's it. I did nothing, but it's just like that. It's now okay?
Visible, sir. Yeah, just press from here onwards we need.
Okay. I'll do that.
So don't close anything, sir. If something happens, we
I'm not closing
will
anything.
inform you. ఓకే అంటే మీరు క్రాస్ వెరిఫికేషన్ అడిగిన తర్వాత అప్పుడు ఏదన్నా ప్రెస్ అయిందా అన్నది ఒక చిన్న డౌట్ ఎరైజ్.
Acha. By the way, I'll tell you something.
Power BI is actually 10 times better than Microsoft Excel.
People
Pendra?
refer to this as the Gruen effect.
Sir,
It happens when a
audible, sir. Video was audible.
store takes you from shopping for a
Hello?
specific item to shopping
Sir,
for a
video
shopping
audible,
site
sir.
that they try to create. Well, does this think about your last trip to an IKEA? They have the restaurant with the Swedish meatballs and all this stuff, and that's not a coincidence. I mean, you're trying to build excitement because when people are excited and aroused, they're more likely to buy.
Almost 20% of our buying decisions are based on logic and needs. 80% of our buying decisions are actually based on emotions, and we're trying to make that connection, bridge that connection. Of course, we are retailers, so we try to make sure that you grab a thing or two. So my name is Richard Lacroix. I'm the creative director for IKEA here in the US.
Which is an important job. He's in charge of how the products are presented in the store. That includes layout. Retailers pay close attention to how their floor plan can change in-store behavior. Grid layouts emphasize speed and convenience. Or freeform layouts allow exploration, which can make customers visit more parts of the shop. And racetrack designs create a loop that exposes customers to a certain path of product. IKEA uses a fixed path through a maze of product displays, and that can extend the distance traveled in store.
So the more you travel, the more items by definition as a shopper you are going to be exposed to.
At the entrance, most customers would be drawn to a bright yellow bin of bags placed next to the escalator. Spots of light guide your eye to the entrance of the showroom, and before you know it, you're taking the scenic route.
So with
See the arrow marks there,
steer
please?
consumers towards the different areas.
Is IKEA in
towards
America,
different, product
so that's a
selections.
different thing. But
On average, customers only visit about a third of
yeah,
the
see
retailer's
see
floor
the
area,
arrows.
and IKEA's layout forces
On the
customers
floor.
to cover more ground.
IKEA was always designed as a place where you can see, touch, and try. So they
There's
can
a
spend hours if
touch
they
feel
want to.
factor as well. You
But
can
there's
as
also
well
consumers that know
touch the
exactly what they
product.
want and just want to have it quick. So it tailors to both.
One researcher in London surveyed an IKEA to hand draw these pedestrian This heat map of the showroom was generated using her data. Door from IKEA to your local grocery has a trove of big data at their fingertips.
We use technology to measure actually the flow of consumers and where they're interested in and in which areas they are intend to go. And that works all based on
So
big
they have
technologies.
data management system
Which
where
means retailers
the
like
how many
IKEA
people and how
only
many
get better at
footprints,
nudging you to spend time in more parts of
everything
the store.
is
So, compulsive
measured.
shoppers, the next time you go to the store, consider taking the shortcut. Or at least don't forget what you came here for. Because it probably wasn't plants and a plate of meatballs. You do you, though.
Hi there. Thanks for watching The Goods, and a big thanks to our sponsor, American Express. Amex has a credit card feature that gives you choices for how to make payments, big or small, called Pay It.
I gave an opportunity to see IKEA stores. You please do drop in. You can observe what type of distribution strategy implications that you can derive from being there in IKEA, buying in IKEA. I mean, purchase experience. Now, with reference to pricing, distribution, we come to that again later. Types of pricing strategies aligned with behavior. So, what type of price? How do they go in for calculation of price? Are there strategies? See, we simply say that the pricing is an activity, not a strategy as such. Why should there be a strategy? Price means, say, cost of production. How much is the cost of production for making this product plus add margins? That's all. No, there is a fact to the point where there are price research, and there is a price research, and the fixation of prices are based on certain strategies. Let's see what are the strategies. First one is penetration pricing. That means you want to get deep into the market. Whenever you are producing and manufacturing and selling a product, you just get into the market as fast as possible. So price is a fantastic thing to get deep into the market. Penetration pricing, attract price sensitive consumers. Price sensitive consumers are always interested in price. If it is a lower price, they get into it. That's all. That's how Geo entered in India. Most of you might be knowing it. Geo. The telecom services with a low price and all that. Everything is. So that's how it goes. So penetration pricing is attract price sensitive customers. One. That's uh, 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 getting into the market with a as low price as possible. Initially, you may be hurting your markets, true, but a little later you can gain lots and lots and lots of price sensitive customers, and as such you can make some money. Second is exactly opposite, skimming pricing. Skimming pricing is what we call you price it at a higher rate, relatively higher rate. You wait for only a class of customers who are said to be early adopters. If you want to capture early adopters, you go in for using skimming price. Price has got an image in the market, price variable as such. The normal attitude is if higher is the price, higher is the quality. Is it not? Higher is the price, higher is the quality. That is a perception, common perception. So by skimming the price, meaning by putting the price above the market price, what may happen is you can capture early adopters. You can make a big money out of that. For example, Sony uses this kind of a skimming pricing strategy when they launch different types of products. Then third is psychological pricing. We have already discussed some time back. Again, we'll be discussing in detail what is this and how it works. Psychological pricing is also called, what I should say is influencing the consumer's attitude towards their, money purse. I mean to say, for example, you don't fix the price as 100. You fix the price as 99. What is the difference between 99 and 100? So they perceive that there is a savings. So this is called psychological. That means you are brought to the earlier price bracket. You say, of course, oh my God, it's not on 100. It is less than 100, maybe 1 rupee, but a lot of changes in the attitudes of the consumers. So this is called psychological pricing. Is a Bata shoe pricing, what we often refer to as, but not simply Bata, but most of the companies may use this strategy as psychological pricing. Fourth one is a dynamic pricing. You know what is meant by dynamic pricing? Price changed based on demand. If the demand, because it's question of in simple economics, price is determined by supply and demand. So, for example, where supply and demand are equal, that's called equilibrium price. If demand is more than supply, price increases. If the supply is more than demand, price falls. That's how the simple economic reason works out. But here in dynamic pricing strategy, how do they price it? For example, most of you might be traveling in cabs like Uber and Ola. I don't know whether Uber and Ola are available even in autos and taxis, or what we call it. So they have an algorithm that will gauge demand and supply scenarios. If there are high demand and supply is less, all autos are occupied, and they increase the price in order to incentivize the driver to capture the demand. Am I clear what I'm saying? So when there's a peak demand is there, drivers are not interested to come at a particular lower price levels. So once the auto drivers or cab drivers, I mean to say, when they are attached to Uber or Ola or whatever it is, so how they are going to price it? If it is an individual auto driver or cab driver, they come to us and bargain and all. No, I'm talking about an Uber company or a Ola company and what you call a Rapido company, who are the suppliers of transport facility for customer class. So the price changes based on demand. How do they? Because once you open the app of Uber and check for it, I don't know how many of you are using this. At least you may not use it, but download the app and try to look at it. Of course, when there is a facility in your city, because we want to have a knowledge of what is happening outside. That's it. So if you open the app, what happens? You are prompted to go for what is the destination you want to have. So you click the destination, you type the destination, and then wait. And you auto cab, and there's a normal cab or deluxe cab or whatever, different varieties will be there. Okay, you book an book auto, and you press that button. Then you find the screen will be depicting how many autos are there near your locality and all that, and the price will also be shown there. At this price you want to travel, book. But then in some apps like what you call Rapido, you see a message. What is the message? At this price, captains are not accepting. Captain means drivers. They are not accepting at this price. For example, I'm from here. I want to go to Gachibowli, from this place to Gachibowli. So if I'm staying in Miyapur to Gachibowli, for example, or you're staying in Hindu College and you're going to Koneru Center. So then what happens is the price prompts will be like this. When you receive the message on the screen itself, when the captain is not accepting that particular price, there will be a price table will be given, 10, 20, 30, like that. Then what happens? You click 10 extra. See, for example, the price is 45 rupees from here to Koneru Center, for example, and captains are not accepting. You put, again, you select 10 rupees more. That means 55 it comes. Then again, for some time you have to wait. Again, at that price also, captains are not accepting. This is a scenario when there's a lot demand for it. Supply is less, demand is. So this is all is worked out with technology, algorithms, to track, over tracks the entire thing, what is happening in a particular city. So based on that, this is called dynamic pricing. No single charge minded on demand supply situations. That is called demand pricing. See, dynamic pricing. See the price strategy, how they are using it. Of course, may not be suitable to all products and services, but then, because this is strategy, this is a type of a pricing. And five is value-based pricing. For example, based on perceived benefits, a lot of things like, because why you are purchasing X product or Y product, Z product, you perceive the value of the benefit that you derive out of that. Then based on that, if you just create a value, then for example, Adobe products, for example, create a value more, then of course you can charge a high price. This is called value-based pricing. So the types of pricing strategies are: one is penetration, second is skimming, third is psychological, fourth is dynamic, and fifth one is value-based pricing. So let's look at a case study here. Netflix, most of you might be knowing it. I don't know how many of you have this, membership in Netflix. It's a streaming company, and they create a lot of shows and movies and all that, premium shows and all. So Netflix tried this pricing strategy, tired this pricing strategy. What is this? Let's see. Offers mobile only, standard, and premium plans. Look at these. They have three plans. Mobile plan is at 149 rupees per month. Targets smartphone first users who are using smartphone. You'll be viewing your videos and movies also on smartphone, and they reflect customer preferences for content on the go. because there are a lot of shows available and a lot of things available. So based on the content, they may offer you at a low price, depending upon the demand. And what is this impact? The increased penetration in cost sensitive and mobile first markets. See, you are using your own home theater and a big 54-inch television, and you also have a Netflix subscription. This is not for you, it's for only mobile. Remember, mobile is a smart phone, right? So that kind of a pleasure is not you cannot have enjoy visual pleasure just seeing a movie or a show in a smartphone. But showing when what do you call viewing a film or a show in your home theater is something big, so they charge more there. And for mobile first users they charge less. So see this how they make money. They segment the markets and based on user category and then charge it. Let's see how this again tells you the story of. Let's see how Netflix makes money. CNBC's commentary. Because of network, we are on.
Business model. Netflix is a subscription-based streaming, on-demand platform making money with 3 plans: basic, standard, and premium, giving
Look
access
at the
to
price
streaming
strategy of
series, movies,
Netflix.
and shows. Netflix generated $29.6 billion in 2021, with an operating income of over $6 billion. Value model, media company. Netflix's core mission, strategy, and vision are that of improving its members' experience by expanding the streaming content with a focus on a programming mix of content that delights members and attracts new members. Netflix does that via an on-demand streaming platform, on top of a subscription service, where members can find a large library of licensed content. And a larger and larger library of produced and original content, only available on Netflix. Technological model, content platform. Netflix is a content platform business, leveraging media consumption habits of its members to better produce new content, expand the content selection and improve the content recommendation within the existing library. Distribution model, deal making, branding, vertical integration of content. Netflix over the years built its distribution thanks to deals that made the library available on various devices, plus investment in marketing and branding, and increased investments in original content, which made the platform known to a larger audience. Financial model, content arbitrage multiple, revenues, content investments. The company invests in both licensed and produced content. When the company is able to generate revenues many times over its content investments, this is what we call a content arbitrage multiple. A glance at the Netflix business model. Starting in 2013, Netflix started to develop its own content under the Netflix Originals brand, which today represents the most important strategic asset for the company that in 2021 counted over 221 million paying members worldwide. Netflix is changing the way we consume traditional media. From series like Stranger Things, Narcos, and Black Mirror, Netflix has been able to become a titan of the media industry, with more than 150,000 members across the globe. With 3 simple subscription plans, basic, standard, and premium, from $9.99 to $19.99 in the US, Netflix has been able to become a multi-billion-dollar unicorn, worth more than $150 billion, in March 2022. Today Netflix is among the most successful brands in the world. And this happened not only because it managed to create one of the most successful streaming platform of the internet era, but also because Netflix has learned along the way when to transition its business model. In fact, Netflix started with CD first, then it expanded its strategy by adopting streaming. Also, it's important to understand how Netflix changed the way we consume content, from movies to series, and also how it was the first platform player to transition from aggregator to media company. In short, Netflix sells 3 simple kinds of subscriptions. With a simple packaging and free subscriptions, you can get the streaming of all the available series, movies, and shows available on the Netflix library. Currently, the subscription prices vary from a base plan of $9.99 to $19.99 in the US. The company has three business segments: domestic streaming, revenues from monthly membership fees for
Just
services.
summarize because all these details not necessary.
Key takeaways. Netflix has grown from a DVD rental site born in 1997 to an over $150 billion market cap company. Today, Netflix has become a major player in the media industry, and it is investing billions of dollars in production and development of TV shows that have become a symbol for millions of people worldwide. At the same time, the international expansion is costing Netflix billions of dollars, and the subscription-based business model requires continuous investments to keep millions of people pay their monthly plan. As the SaaS industry has taken over the tech world, many give for granted that a subscription business model always makes sense. In reality, as we've seen in the Netflix case study, it took it 13 years to start expanding outside the US. And only in 2016, after almost 20 years, Netflix was able to reach Asia. Netflix runs a cash-negative business model where it advances content development costs, and it amortizes them over time through paying subscriptions. Thus, it's crucial that Netflix is able to make the platform sticky for subscribers. Netflix turned into a media company as it started to invest more and more into content production rather than content licensing. The Netflix content model changed the industry as it enabled members to have new options to consume content. It also generated a whole new industry for series based on binge watching. What Netflix created in terms of a playbook for media platforms in the course of the last decades has now become the standard playbook for anyone that wants to compete in the media industry. Let me know what you think about the video in the comments. It will help me to make more videos for you, and thank you for watching.
So that's the story of Netflix, the streaming company, because very closely in competition with Amazon Prime and all that. Today, the entire scenario has undergone change. Now, let's examine another case study I was talking to you is an Uber dynamic pricing, how it goes. So Uber uses surge pricing. It's also called surge pricing. So what I have just told you. When the demand spikes, that means demand increases, maybe because of rain, for example, outside, environmental constraint that you can't go by your scooter, you want an auto or you want a cab or whatever it is. Rain is, of course, is a natural thing, and it's an environmental constraint for you. And then festive seasons where a lot of people travel to bus stations, airports, and railway stations, etc. So based on consumer urgency and limited alternatives, then price works. Price as a strategy works. That's how Uber dynamic pricing works here. So what is the behavioral insight here? Customers are more likely to pay more when emotionally driven, urgency, safety, etc. Because urgency is important. Urgency is an emotive aspect of it. Safe travel. And because of that, the result is higher profitability per ride and better driver availability, because drivers are interested in their price only. So if the Uber wants to make the drivers more drivers available, they must also incentivize drivers by giving them better price. So Uber's entire algorithms work like that. In case where they want to match the customer with the driver availability, they use this dynamic pricing model. It's an extraordinary good example when we talk about Uber pricing. Next one, psychological pricing tactics. As I've already told you, this is also called charm pricing, because you would be brought to you're predisposed towards a earlier price bracket. That means the customers are brought not from 1,000. They bring you to 999. So this is called charm pricing. 99 rupees versus 100, and this is also called anchoring, showing expensive option to make other seem affordable. How it goes, let's see. It's also called decoy effect. One more thing, decoy effect is introducing a mid-tier option to see how the customers will choose the things, and you will be steering customer choices also. Let's examine. The Economist, the very popular journal, how it is being priced. One, there are, of course, today with the advent of internet and IoT of things, Internet of Things, we have web page available, as well as, because all newspapers and magazines are available online, and as well as physical copies are also available. Look at the Economist pricing model. If you would like to have a website only, if you want to read on web, it is $59. If you want to have it in print, the magazine in print to make the magazine available on hand in print, it is $125. Look at the classification. Okay. Third, print plus web, rupees 125. Pushes the customers to go for this combo pack. Am I clear what I'm saying? Today we have a lot of products and services. They're introducing this combo pack. This plus this is equal to that, whatever. So this is called decoy effect. See how the pricing works. Price as a strategy works. In the first case of charm pricing, you're slowly change the attitude of the consumers. This is called anchoring. Showing expensive option to make others seem affordable. It is 1,000. Now offer for you is 998. So bigger print 1,000, and then still another bigger print 998, 999. So this is called anchoring. And a lot of products will be offered in models, one model, two model, three. And when you are introducing a mid-tier option, not a normal product, not a super deluxe model, but in between these two is a deluxe model, and there is a chance where you can go in for it, because all that is important is to increase the demand for the product with the price strategy. So this is called a decoy effect. Let's examine further in this. Anchoring effect is a pricing technique where a higher price is initially presented to make subsequent price appear more reasonable. That's what it means. 199, 1,998, something like that. For example, a popular Indian restaurant, Tandoori Nights, offers a premium premium thali means meal for 800 rupees. However, they also offer deluxe thali for rupees 1,200, 400 extra minded. Normal tandoori Tandoori Nights restaurant offers first premium thali is 800, deluxe thali is 1,200, which includes what is the deluxe and all, customers want, right? They show what is that. It includes additional items like free dessert and free drink and all that. Now, just see how the anchoring effect works here. The higher price of deluxe thali makes the 800 premium thali seem more affordable by comparison. See, if you compare between 800 and 1,200, what is the best one? After all, for 1,200, what is that you're gaining? Only just a free dessert and also a drink. Just look at what it means. So that's what anchoring effect and how it works as a strategy in capturing the customer class. Decoy effect. The decoy effect is pricing technique, just I told you, where a third option is introduced. See, this is a beautiful strategy. Third option is introduced to make one of the existing options more appealing. See, normally, classically speaking, every product will have only one price. You deliberately create product one category, product two category, product three category variants, deliberately to make money. This is a strategy minded. I'm not talking about whether it's ethical or unethical. That's another story by itself. This is a strategy, simple marketing strategy, and influencing consumer behavior in this. Consumer psychology is influenced. Let's see this example. A popular Indian coffee chain, Cave Coffee Day, very famous coffee chain, offers three sizes of coffee. One is 100 rupees, small 100 rupees. Two, medium, it is 150 rupees. And large one is 200. Suppose if you are offered these free three choices, which one do you offer? Which one do you buy? Is a small cup or a medium cup or a large cup? Here, of course, if the large size is the decoy. You have introduced a third variety, mind it, making the medium size seem more reasonably priced by comparison, mind it. See, they compare. So small is 100, large is 200, double. But in between, medium is 150. So the impression goes like this. The large size is the decoy, making the medium size seem more reasonably priced by comparison. That's it. You compare and say, okay, very good, medium, we can take medium. Customers are more likely to choose the medium size as it seems like a better value than a large size. Look at this. This is a beautiful pricing strategy, decoy effect. Now, combination of anchoring and decoy effect. Examples we can see. If you, most of you might be knowing Reliance Digital. Look at how these super electronic brands store do the price strategy game inside their store. An Indian electronic store, Reliance Digital, offers three models of smartphones. One, of course, is basic, 10,000, premium, 20,000, pro, 30,000. Pro means deluxe or superior, whatever. So the pro model serves as an anchor. See, there is no need for a pro as such, but you deliberately anchor it. The pro model serves as an anchor, making the premium model seem more affordable. That's it. See, people often say, "Oh, pro is very costly." No, then let's not go for it. Do you go for basic? No, no. Why to go for a simple phone? Let's go for something else. So you settle down for premium. So the basic model is the decoy, making premium models seem like better value. See, something very interesting to play with the price as a strategy. Customers are more likely to choose premium model as it seems like a good balance between the basic and pro prices, and the features compared too. So you don't enjoy by buying pro by buying when spending 30,000 rupees, but there is a little less, okay, fine, but then you don't wait for see, you don't want basic, because premium model considers more features in it, more number of features in the smartphone. See, entire thing is based on simply anchoring and decoy effect. One is anchor, second is decoy. First is one is basic is anchor, and second one, sorry, the premium model is an anchor, and then this basic model and the pro are working out as decoy effects. See how the price strategy will be working out. This is what about pricing. Next aspect is about distribution. Let us examine how this how distribution strategy works out. Now, there are different types of distribution networks. Normally, you can see when the products and services are being distributed. Types are direct. Direct means here direct to consumer, D2C, what we call it, D2C. Whenever you supply products online to the consumer doorstep, for example, Nike.com, you can apply and you can go to the website or an app or whatever, and whatever size you want to buy from them and order it, and then of course there will be seasonal discounts, lots of things. So this is called direct, manufacturer to consumer. Second one is indirect. Indirect is you can have the customer is somewhere else and the manufacturer is somewhere else. So you go for some distribution network. Say, for example, Reliance Retail Distribution Network. You can go to the distributor point, right? Because manufacturers are not available. And of course, you can opt for direct also, like buying from websites. Third one is exclusive. This is where you note about exclusive shops, exclusive malls, and as such. For example, Rolex only in select showrooms. Rolex wristwatches will not be available any other place. Mind it. They run exclusive showrooms. For example, Raymond's, they run exclusive showrooms. That's called exclusive. Then selective. Of course, so, here uh, something like, say for example, Samsung TVs in premium outlets only, because they are the other distributors are not given chance to store Samsung televisions, because Samsung wants to enjoy the quality conscious brand as such. So they offer in a selective showrooms or whatever. Then about omni channel. Omni channel is all about, most of the time it is D2C, mostly like that. Of course, they can go in for physical delivery at retail outlets also. Example like Amazon and Decathlon will be good examples here. So, what is the key insight of this distribution network strategy is you need to match the buying habits of your target audience. So are they coming regularly to the market and all that? They create a market for it. So people are rushed up with traffic jams and all that. They're bogged down to their own work environments and shopping experience. Shopping, time is very much less here. And on weekends only they have. That's why on weekends you see generally the malls and all that have extra decorations, extra facilities, extra what you call restaurants and all snacks, all these things available. So please note how you are, you know, making distribution as a significant strategy to boost up sales. That's consumer insight, very important. Let's now see a case study of Lenskart. How many of you know Lenskart? I think most of you might be knowing this Lenskart eyewear today, fashion eyewear, an affordable eyewear with omni-channel distribution. Let's see how it works. Lenskart is in India's largest online eyewear retailer. It was started way back in America, offering prescription glasses, sunglasses, and lenses. Simply, prescription glasses means you go to an eye specialist and then get the prescriptions, get to the store of Lenskart, and they will supply the glasses, or they'll supply sunglasses. Normally, we use, and some lenses. Or if you want to test your eyesight, there they have their own facility. It introduced a hybrid model. What is this? That's what we call omni-channel. First is online convenience. You can just give the prescription stated, and then you'll receive the glasses with frame or whatever. Of course, everything is available online. Plus offline experience centers. They have at designated places offline experience centers. You can walk in and then have it. So they solved a major pain point of the customer here. What is that? Difficulty in selecting frames online and the high cost of branded eyewear. So branded eyewear is very costly. So we want to take at an affordable eyewear from Lenskart. So Lenskart uses omni-channel, meaning of course you can choose online or you can choose offline. See, this is how it works. So the pricing strategy here. Look at now these things. Entry level frames for Lenskart start at 999 with buy one get one free offers. See this luring the customers with the pricing strategy. Buy one get one free. Lot of offers, even consumer products also will be there seen in retail outlets today. And they have subscription plans for eye checkups. and lens replacements at reduced costs. That means you need not go to eye hospital. You can just walk into the lens cart physical experience centers and get your eye checkup. And lens replacements also done at customized what do you call designs and all at a very reduced cost. See, this is something, plus advantage, because if you go to an eye specialist, eye hospital, you have to pay for the doctor or a surgeon, whatever, get the glasses prescribed and walk into the some glass manufacturing company's showroom or whatever. But here, Lenscard gives you this advantage: subscription plans for eye checkups, and lens replacements at reduced costs. So dynamic discounts during seasonal and festive sales. I do not know the logic why our eyesight is linked with seasonal festive sales and all that. But again, it's a product by itself, right? Of course, you buy a cooling glass or a sunglasses for you, a fancy glasses for you, for example. So dynamic discounts are there for seasonal and festive sales. Look at the pricing strategy. Then distribution strategy, combination of website plus mobile app. See, home eye checkup services are also there. It's a great for elderly and remote customers who cannot walk into the market for eye checkups because of a lot of difficulty over eyesight and all. So there's home eye checkup services are available. Fantastic. And product at home, delivery at home, offline retail outlets, try before buy for urban consumers because they created a lot of retail outlets. That's why they say they claim their argument is try before you buy. Urban consumers, for urban consumers, they can walk into the offline stores, and of course there is omni-channel integration. Allow customers to order online and return offline or vice versa. You can go to offline and select and pay, or you purchase online, and if you are not interested in it, you can return it offline also. So good to see what happens. That is called omni-channel when you operate on both channels, physical as well as online. So this is a distribution strategy, how it works as such. Now, what's all this with reference to behavioral matching? Is these strategies work out well in the process of getting larger sales for your product? The answer is very definitely yes. Let us see the logic. One, Indian consumers are value conscious and they want in person assurance and love convenient return exchange policies. See this. They are value conscious. Yes, you are supposed to provide value to the product. They want in person assurance. So they are not interested in assurance that are given in the website. But I just walk to a retail outlet and I want a assurance in person by the salesperson or superior sales in charge sales manager of the store, and allow convenient return. I want to return it conveniently. Again, you don't want me to tell you that you book the slot there and our Amazon delivery boy will come and take the product which you are returning and all that. This is again a cumbersome process. So the return exchange policies, how they are made extremely easier for the customers. This is the behavioral matching, capturing consumer behavior. Then Lenscard taps into this offering by try at home feature is there. One, free eye checkups are there. Affordable, stylish products are there. Lenscard is a very good example case here in point. When it captures customers on the basis of price front as well as on distribution front. Let us see the impact of this particular strategy of the Lenscard. Over 1,100 plus stores across India and expanding globally also. And over more than 30 million customers served and high conversion rate from free checkups to purchases. See, when you organize a free checkup, there is no obligation for the customer to buy the glasses, is it not? Because free checkup is a social service you do. Of course, it's a goodwill gesture, but it's not necessary that all customers who have undergone free checkup of their eyes need to be the customers. But here, because of that gesture, there's a marked high conversion rate. That means all people who are getting their eyes checked up free are most likely to buy their glasses from lens cart only. Fantastic. So let's see again, lens cart story, success story. I just would like to skip the video, not necessary for us to get into the details of it too much.
99% of people doing job or business don't have a right process of investing in place.
About Lenskart's secret success strategy. Piyush Bansal founded Value Technologies in the year 2008, which specialized in selling eyewear through the internet in the United States.
Video play చేసినప్పుడు డిస్కనెక్ట్ అయింది సార్ ఒకసారి.
అదే అదే చూస్తున్నా అది ఎలా అవుతుందో, సంథింగ్ గోస్ రాంగ్ అని వస్తుందంటే.
అంటే there is one
ఓకేనా?
thing sir, అంటే when you are playing another's YouTube, it should link privacy issues లాంటివి ఏమైనా వస్తాయేమో సార్, అంటే డేటా ఇష్యూస్, డేటా సెక్యూరిటీ
మేబీ అయ్యి ఉండొచ్చు.
IPR related acts maybe.
పెర్మిషన్ ఇష్యూస్ అయ్యి ఉండొచ్చు.
Yes sir.
Okay, let's examine now another important case: integrated pricing and distribution strategies of Jara. It's a fast fashion model. Most of you might be knowing it as a very good global brand. It controls both pricing and distribution. Let's see how it works. See, it creates urgency and scarcity perception. Of course, not only Jara, but a lot of other companies also do this, because you see advertisements like rush up, stocks lost, only limited stocks, only limited availability for 2 days, 3 days, smart sales for 2 days, 3 days. This is what we call creating some sort of scarcity, urgency, and scarcity perception. So the logic here is, you will be feeling fear of missing out. See, a lot of rush is there. People are walking into the retail outlet and buying it because of the large discounts are there. A lot of popular word of mouth goes on, spreads like anything. So you that leads to very quick purchases. This is another interesting aspect of creating scarcity and urgency, providing urgency. Of course, whether it is ethical or unethical, that's a big debate. For that matter, anything is unethical, anything is ethical today. So we're not entering into that kind of controversy. Okay, this fast fashion strategy of Jara is like this. The business model is, it's a vertically integrated retailer. They have their own shops and all that, manufacturer to retailer and all, meaning it controls the entire supply chain from design and manufacturing to distribution and retail, because a vertical integration is there. So their stores receive new stock twice a week. This is the distribution arrangement they make, and styles are usually available for only 2 4 weeks only, 2 to 4 weeks, that's all. And creating a scarcity driven buying behavior. Stocks lost, no stocks gone, but we will receive the stock the next week, but only the stocks will be made available for 15 days, 2 weeks, because of the customer rush or whatever. They create this kind of urgency, buying urgency, and scarcity is creating a scarcity driven buying behavior. So what are the behavioral insights here? Yes, on consumer behavior, Jara's strategy. Jara's response is, shoppers want the latest fashion. Fine, no, nobody denies that fact, because all shoppers want latest design, latest fashion designs, right? It introduces 10,000 plus new designs every year. Fine. But limited stock forces quick purchase decisions. Deliberately, they made the stocks not available during a particular pattern, particular season as such, particular days. This is called fear of missing out. FOMO, you call it in short. FOMO, FOMO. Even if in the case of social media also, the normal behavior of the mobile users will be like this. Suppose we want to, when you get up, immediately open your smartphone and see on WhatsApp and or your LinkedIn or Facebook page whether my post has been liked or not, any comments are there, see this that, any messages on WhatsApp or Telegram. Why you're so much with some sort of anxiety? And the psychologists say that you suffer from missing out, fear of missing out. So you may be missing. See, immediately you go to Amazon site and look at the fast sale segment. If you don't open Amazon app regularly, you may miss out the product concessions that are announced there. So this is the psychology. So fear of missing out, limited stock forces quick purchase decisions by the customers. Low price sensitivity for trendy items. They put down the price at some sort of a discount for trendy items and make money. And mid-range pricing for high fashion apparel, and preference for physical experience as such. They create a lot of stores in metropolitan cities, and preference will be given for physical experience, because they have a lot of dressing rooms and all made available. You can go to a dressing room and wear that kind of a apparel, fashion apparel, and test yourself in a mirror and all that. Physical experience, right? That's it. And focus on premium store ambience and top locations, highly traffic points and all, where a lot of population, commuters there move, and bigger markets, centers, and all that. Focus on premium store ambience. They create a lot of ambience in that retail store, and that's what we call impulse buying. Store layouts encourage trial and spontaneous buys. So, for example, those stores who do not have trial rooms, what may happen in case when you walk into the retail outlet of garments, ready-made garments, if you have trial rooms, they allow you to wear the trouser and shirt or a gown or whatever you call it in case of female buying apparels. And that creates, because you are somewhat what you call a complete participation in that buying process, because you take from the counter the shirt and go to the trial room, wear it, again come, and this is not okay, color is not okay, this that and all. So this kind of your involvement totally in the buying process, then automatically you go for buying. That's called impulse buying. This is what we call not simply price, it is simply distribution of the product, how you are making the product available into the hands of the consumers. See, all these things must be taken note of. Now, the distribution strategy of Jara, again, exclusive Jara stores only on third party retailers. They don't have that on their own, but they have their third party retailers. They can give their franchisee centers or whatever. Then they high end locations in malls or fashion streets to align with aspirational value. See, if a Jara product is available in a street corner shop in a simple thing, it loses its significance, mind it, because it has got an aspirational value. That means you must make the product available in a very costliest showroom. See the hype that they create for their stocks. And the inventory control mechanisms, shipments to stores twice a week only, limited units, ensure freshness and urgency. Freshness one, of course, every week, every fortnightly you receive fresh stock. And please note, if you don't buy this stock here, then you have to wait for another 2 weeks. So that's urgency. See, freshness of the product, at the same time urgency. So that's very important aspect. So now there is a real-time feedback loop also. That means the store's sales data goes back to design and manufacturing for quick adjustment. This is called distribution statistics. Logistics must be properly managed, isn't it? So the company every week, they see, every fortnightly, twice a week, they send the stock, right? Twice a week they send the stock, fortnightly or 2 times a week, whatever. That's depending upon the policy. So they must know to how much to manufacture, how much to design, how much to manufacture, and how much to deliver quantity. So that's the logistics management. They must have to work out on the details clearly, thanks to, of course, AI generated scenarios of data, big data analytics and all. They are just on the dot to make sure that the stocks reach to the designated stores on time. So the pricing strategy, again, trendy clothes at affordable prices, not cheap but not that luxurious. And then rare discounts encourage full price purchases. There may be very rare discounts they announce, and prices are regionally adopted and based on local affordability. In case of metropolitan cities, it will be a little costlier. In case of two tier towns, it will be a little cheaper. That's how the pricing strategy works out. And what are the psychological triggers of Jara users? How do they win over consumers behavior? See, one, scarcity. Well, I've already told you just now. Limited availability drives quicker decisions. No, 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 stocks will last. No, I must have to get in and buy the product. That is scarcity clause working on you to go to the market and buy a Jara fashion apparel. As we have said, it's an exclusive exercise. So that's called novelty. Frequent new arrivals keep customers returning to their stores. Very often, very many come to the stores because there are frequent new arrivals. Every week, 2 times new arrivals come. See, because you're on the dot when you're buying a new product or new fashion apparel. So, what is this exclusivity? No online discount retailers is equal to high brand control. Retailers online discounts will not be there. You have to walk into the retail outlet and examine, and you must have your footprint there, and then only you can enjoy the discounts. So because they want to control high brand value as such. So this again becomes a problem for us. Again, another before I close, I'll just go to the case of McDonald's India. The food market, fast food market again. The menu items like aloo tikki burger, priced affordably for local appeal, because it's a just like your aloo bhaji or something like that. Then there is an app based delivery, and location specific offers are there. There are combo deals in urban centers, 1+1, 1+2, like mixed up. So one is they have to give a local appeal. There are menu items like aloo tikki burger, priced reasonably well, and there are app-based services, and they offer combo deals in urban centers. So what is the result here? High engagement and repeat orders in tier 2 and tier 3 cities, because you're making the price available, you're creating a more what you call local dishes available, food items available like aloo tikki, something like that. So this is McDonald's distribution and pricing strategy together. But then what are the challenges in case of distribution management and price management to be viewed as a strategy? Number one, overpricing without brand strength. That's one important disadvantage. Don't want to score on price by skimming the price without looking at the brand strength. If your brand value is very weak, nothing can work out. You can't score high on price. Please note, skimming price policy means what? I mean, pricing above competition. When you can price above competition, when you are competing with ABC, I am X superior brand. If that goes into the minds of the customers, yes, you can overprice the product above competition, pricing above competition. That's the first important thing. If your brand strength is good enough, you can price over competition. Okay. Second, ignoring regional preferences, because we can't ignore local markets. Even though you're a national marketer or a global marketer, you must have to enter into the markets with local regional preferences. Every company will do that exercise. If you do not evaluate your regional preferences and price the product uniformly well, same price globally also, that won't go out in the market. Third, distribution mismatch. See, what happens is, we have said, it's a direct sale, an indirect sale, or omni channel. A lot of things are made available in a distribution network. So how you're going to select your distribution network is very, very important. For example, you put a big mall in a wrong location, or you choose a wrong channel. So when people are not interested in online buying, you create an app and say the product is available on our products are available on website or app. Look at what these things mean. This is a distribution mismatch. Study the market, and then where you can penetrate into the market, which channel you are going to use it for more meaningful purposes, choose and then work out. So distribution mismatch is also biggest challenge and a pitfall. That means a danger. Complex pricing confusing the customers. See, the price offers, 1+1 offer, all these things, or you give a discount and reimburse the product after 15 days, or giving a lottery coupon, and the lottery will be drawn after 15 days. We will be informing you over phone. These are all the strategies to play with the consumer psychology. If you make it still more complex and complex, this becomes a problem. Complex pricing confusing the customer. Straight walk, very, very important. Of course, you have a strategy to fix the price this way, that way, but at the same time, look at no complexities in pricing. So, for example, when you look at a company of McDonald's, targets failed in Canada expansion, poor inventory, and location planning. In Canada, McDonald's failed because of the very poor inventory. They could not maintain inventory well. They could not maintain the locational planning also is not very defective. So it goes without saying that something goes wrong when you look at uh, price and distribution strategy to be worked out well. Now, what are the important aspects, strategy lessons that we draw from this lesson? I mean, from this session. One is understand consumer behaviors very clearly. How? Use surveys, web analytics, purchase trends, reviews, etc. And identify pain points of the customers where the customers are, questioning. What are the customers' doubts with regard to the price? Sorry, with regard to the product. And you need also to examine pricing sensitivity, not too low, not too high. You have to examine again delivery preferences, what the consumer wants, physical channel or virtual channel like online channels. That's one. Second is defining pricing strategy. See, putting a price is not a simple thing. It should be value based. If you say, how do the customers perceive the product, if is it value based, so you can go in for, if it is a value based, you can offer a product at a higher price. For example, we are getting a say for example Apple MacBook. It's costing more than 1 lakh, where our normal laptops cost around 30-40,000. Because Apple has got, MacBook has got its value based perception, and the price can be like that. They need not have to participate in price competition. Same Apple smartphones, for example. There's one. Again, psychological pricing. That means you force the consumer to predispose from earlier price bracket to present price bracket by cutting down the price by 10 rupees, 9 rupees. Not a big cut that you're offering, but it's called psychological pricing. Then dynamic or tiered models, 2 tier, 3 tier model, dynamic model pricing. We have already talked about it. So you need to define your pricing strategy clearly. Then, of course, choosing distribution channels, very important. How you are going to distribute it, especially in case of consumer products. Online, online D2C means directly from manufacturers to consumers. D2C means direct to consumers, straight like Amazon, whatever. And retail partners are there, franchisee centers, right? Omni channel, this plus that, both online and offline. Then subscription based, you, for example, in case of Netflix, a continuous buying of things. For example, if you see, usually I have a app, a milk basket and big basket. For example, I order milk here in Hyderabad. So they ask us subscribe. That means for all 30 days, I can subscribe and get a at a lesser price of the per packet of, I mean, per packet of milk. If I subscribe, if I don't subscribe, I want to have a one-time sale. Today I want milk. I can order it. I can get the milk at the doorstep at 6 o'clock in the morning. But if I subscribe it, I can get at a discounted price for entire month. So this is called subscription based. How you influence the consumers with this. Then ensures the ease of access and very quick delivery is very important. In case of any bottlenecks in delivery system, you are definitely going wrong on distribution channel network. You are not at all caring distributing the product, because you have to create a place utility, what we call it, at the right place at the right time to the right customer. Distribution logistics uh, uh, considered to be one of the important strategies. So ensure ease of access and quick delivery. When I want a product to be delivered at a doorstep, it must be delivered to my doorstep. That's it. Or at what time? I can have well see what happens. I can as well track my order, and I can give delivery instructions also. Say I am not available at this point. You please come in the evening. I can talk to the delivery partner, and accordingly the delivery will be arranged. Suppose you order for a product of Amazon, and all of a sudden you have a work and you're leaving your hometown, and after 2-3 days you come. So what happens here? You put a message that I and 2 3 days when the delivery is due on the next day. Fortunately or unfortunately, you're not available. Or you can give an instruction that you can just deliver it to my neighbor, or wait for 2 days and I'll be available and take the delivery personally. So that is what we call ease of access and quick delivery. And of course, you are supposed to iterate, meaning use consumer feedback always and data to adapt pricing and channel focus. That means data driven. See, these things are said to be very, very important. What are the emerging trends in pricing and distribution today? One is AI driven pricing models already there. Amazon uses it, Swiggy uses it, and many more. These are only few examples I give. Use AI to adjust prices in real time based on demand, because the service delivery charges will be there. Service delivery charges in case of peak demand or less demand. Accordingly, they will alter the things. Amazon is a delivery online delivery provider. Again, Swiggy is also online delivery app, right? So they adjust their service charges based on demands, because AI driven pricing models work out because they look at what they call it, algorithms to look at the traffic and all that and examine, because they have to track customers who are using who are asking for the product, and they are supposed to track the delivery boys and match the customer to the delivery boy, and the localities also, the entire things, and whether there is any locality which is remotely placed and where your app may not your Google apps may not clearly decipher the point of a customer. These things count a lot. So that's why AI driven pricing models work out. Next is hyper local distribution, meaning what? It is, say for example, Jepto, another food order app, and Blinkit, another online, fulfill orders in 10 minutes by studying city specific behavior, because everything is made available with artificial intelligence system. Examine what is the traffic is there, what is the habit of customers asking for foodstuffs, asking for products and all. Then personalized pricing platforms for special prices based on browsing and loyalty history. For example, if you're for a regular user of Swiggy, they announce some coupons or something like that, a premium user, and then the next time you're not charged service charge. So that's how it goes. Personalized pricing platform. It's a contract between me and the Swiggy. That's all. Then of course is subscription offers, like I have already told you that a lot of things when you can go for subscriptions, and you can like Netflix, for example, or for example when you have for telecom services, when you have different offers based on subscriptions as such. So Netflix, Spotify, and certain telecom companies use subscription logic, and the consumer behaviors shift is to be understood very clearly, because in terms of competition there is a speed, there is flexibility, there is what we call trust in asking for customer satisfaction, and others opinions count a lot, and localized offers also play lots and lots of things. If some company is offering something, you cannot, because of a competitor, you're not supposed to ignore. That's it. See, that's how the things are to be considered, emerging trends in pricing and distribution. So before we close, this is the last aspect. The key takeaways now. Learning points here is, one is consumer first approach wins, behavior data is said to be very important. Consumer first approach wins. Absolutely, because who is the pivot for you to make money? So behavior data is key to crafting effective pricing and distribution. How do they look at the product? What is their purchase behavior patterns? Are they asking for discounts? How these things work out? Then is psychological pricing. Powerful tool if tried to perceived value and urgency. Psychological pricing works a lot if you can make magic out of this psychological pricing. Number three is you can as well choose D2C, like direct to consumer, and multi-channel also. Multi-channel. Multi-channel means both, omni-channel. Then, especially in case where, of course, most of you may not be knowing it, in COVID, when there's a pandemic was there, uh, certain case studies prove that value, convenience, trust, transparency are what modern consumers buy, not the product. Along with the product, they buy value, they buy convenience, they buy trust, and they buy transparency in your procedures. See, this is something very, very interesting to note. So D2D channel popular, especially in post-COVID, because we're not supposed to handle the products physically and all. So this is direct to consumer without any salesperson or whatever it is, straight. So these are all some of the interesting aspects when once we refer to pricing and distribution strategies, how they influence consumer behavior. And this is another important strategic decision that we need to take.